Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be looking at a Ram Laramie Night Edition Mega Cab, aka the coolest version of the Ram trucks that you can buy. Anyways, before we get in this video, I'm going to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Carl Malone Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in Heber City, Utah, for giving me some time with this truck. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have the standard output Cummins, so it's a 6.7 liter turbo diesel inline six that goes through a 6-speed automatic known as a 68 RFE. Power outputs are 370 horsepower and then 850 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So taking a look at the hood, you guys can see the venting there in the center is part of the Night Edition package, and then you've got the cool venting here up top. Is it functional? No. Does it look cool? Yes. And then also says 2500 heavy duty. Now notice how the whole headlight bezel has been blacked out with this Night Edition package. Same thing with the front grille here. And you guys can see with the fog lights and the tow hooks and all that. And putting it all together, all blacked out, obviously it's harder to keep clean, but it does look so cool when it is. Now coming on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 285, 60, 20 in the front and over in the rear. You can see the wheels have also been blacked out. And this is interesting, I guess the Laramie HDs don't have fender flares anymore either. Anyways, you can see the badges on the side blacked out, mirror caps, door handles, all that too. And then here is the full side view of the truck. This is where you guys can see the Mega Cab configuration. Now taking a look at the key fob, you guys can see we've got our unlock and our lock function, remote start, the tailgate drop down, and then the Ram logo on the back. And then taking a look at the bed, you guys can see we've got a 6'4" box here. You have the outlet here in the bed, which is pretty cool. No bed line or anything with this particular truck, but something you can always add in after the fact. And then with the tailgate, it's super light. And then here's a quick look at the taillights. Notice they're all blacked out, and the same thing with the rest of the badges here on the back. And then you have parking sensors in the rear. And putting it all together, let me know you guys think about what this truck looks like, but I think this is the coolest looking Ram out there, all blacked out and with the Mega Cab. Now taking a look at the door panel, you guys can see soft touch here all over the door panel. And look at this trim. And the insert there, pretty cool. And then we've got the leather trim seats here with the Laramie. So this is the recline function with the Mega Cab. This is to fold the whole thing down into the floor. So I'm not gonna be able to, oh, I didn't pull it hard enough. There we go. I'm probably not gonna be able to do it because it's got the seat in the way, but you guys kind of get the point. And then if you just want to fold the seat in half, there's another latch up top, and that'll let you fold it in half, as you can see. Legroom here in the rear is super good. You also have a little storage pocket, got some cup holder action. Look at the darker trim there. Some vents, you got heated seats, USB action, and then a full outlet down below, and then headroom back here, solid. Now taking a look at the door panel, you guys can see soft touch here, and then also down below with all of the trim. All of our window controls, front two are automatic. You got your mirror adjustments, the mirrors do power fold in, memory seats, and you guys can see here with the lights there on the one side, convex mirror adjustment, that is the mirror extension, and the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And then payload capacity is 1,948 pounds. And then here are the rest of the seats. It says Laramie on it, which is pretty cool. Power adjustments here on the side. And then you guys can see here with the cargo outlet to turn that on. Light controls here with the fog light and the cargo light. You got your steering wheel adjustment and then your pedal adjustment as well. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch all around. We do have radio controls on the back. We have our cruise control with our gear limiter, controls for the center stack, voice command phone controls as well. And then you can see the turn signal windshield wiper stalk, and then we got a good old-fashioned column shifter. Now we do have the standard gauge cluster here with the Laramie. When I say standard, it's not the digital one that I think is a little bit cooler, but still shows you a bunch of different bits of info here in the center. Still good looking in my personal opinion with the analog gauges, and I've noticed a lot of you prefer this to the new digital. Now in reverse, you guys can see this one has the 360 camera system, so you can see it at every single angle with the truck. Resolution with this camera system is also super solid as well. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, this is the 12-inch display. So at the top we have our stability control button, and then above there's actually 12 volt, and then there's some like dark trim here as well. Anyways, analog climate controls on either side, radio controls as well. At the bottom we've got buttons for the parking sensors, your tow haul mode, diesel exhaust brake, trailer brake controls. And then with the screen itself, it does take a second, as you can see, for some stuff to pull up, but overall pretty dang responsive. Notice dual zone climate, heated and ventilated seats. We have our drive line select here. Notice 4-wheel high and 4-wheel low. And then you guys can see with the center console, notice the Ram logo there on the top. And then good storage here. Got some measuring charts there. And then notice this slides backwards and forwards, which is pretty cool. And then we do have our wireless phone charging pad. You've got full outlet down below, some USB action as well. Now up top, soft touch here. as you can see, and then notice Laramie right there. And yeah, pretty cool with the opening of the glove box. And then up top, we've got our controls here for stuff like the sunroof and then the power sliding rear window as well, which is cool. So here's our window sticker for this Laramie Mega Cab. You guys can see 2024, base MSRP $67,945. We've got a lot of options on this one. After all options, $93,995. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, just do a blind spot monitoring, and throughout the rest of the rear. And let us set off in this Mega Cab Laramie. Always a fun time. So I'm driving this back to back with a Mega Cab Limited. So I'll let you guys know kind of which one I like more in terms of drivability and all of that fun and important stuff. But I will say, first off, seat comfort, it is a little bit better in the Limited compared to the Laramie. Now, these are still comfortable seats, but the Limited seats, you got nice material with the leather and everything. It's just a little bit softer overall, but it's not like not a deal breaker by any means. Looks like they got a lot of trucks coming in. That's pretty cool. Some other stuff. The ride feels about the same. Now, something that I've noticed is the Mega Cab, I think, is the best driving Ram HD. Like, it's, you think that like the long bed would probably drive just as good as this, right? Because longer wheelbase. But no, I think it's just because of how this is built, where you got more weight in the center of the truck. Again, I'm not gonna claim to fully understand the physics behind it, but it just seems like this rides the best. Like, this is the most comfortable Ram. If I were to buy a Ram truck just based on ride quality, it would be a Mega Cab. Rides better than the crew cab, rides better than the long bed, all of that stuff. And crew cab short bed rides better than that too. Aside from that, the standard output Cummins always has kind of a punchy feel to it, which I really like. The transmission just seems to be kind of more tuned towards daily driving. And I always have that nice Cummins rumble. I love how this truck drives. If I were to buy a Cummins, I think it would be I don't know if it'd be a 2500. I might go up to 3500 just for the extra payload, because the 2500 payload's really not all that much, right? You kind of have to choose between having a trailer or having stuff in the bed. You can't have both necessarily. That's where the payload's at. But anyways, let's get kind of a bit of an acceleration here. Woo! Torque! It's got torque, guys. It's got torque. Yeah, I love the feel of this. So yeah, compared to the Limited, the biggest benefit is obviously just like the interior is a little bit nicer, a little bit more comfortable a truck. But if it were my money, I think this is the truck that I'd get. It has all the luxury features. It's more affordable than the Limited. Rides just as well. I think it looks cooler. Like, Limited Night Edition looks the coolest, but super expensive. So yeah, I think this is my favorite in terms of the Ram HD trucks is Mega Cab. 2500 if you don't need the payload, and then Laramie Night Edition, still, pricey truck, but either way, let me know your thoughts on this.